All right, everyone. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the crypto markets and some big crypto news. We're also going to be going over some NFT updates and why we're currently getting a surge in NFT volume and where I see things headed in the NFT space by end of year. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified for regular crypto videos. I am donating 25 cents to charity for every new subscriber and 25 cents back to the community as well. All right, everyone. So we did have the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade go live, which was a massive upgrade to the Bitcoin network, the first one in over 4 years. So that's definitely huge. We're going to go over some other big news as well. The crypto space really isn't moving up or down too much. We never really got that pullback that we did talk about with the cup and handle. So if we did get a cup and handle signal, that would have had us retesting around $55,000. But regardless, I do think end of year is going to be looking great for Bitcoin. The fact that we haven't even had a correction yet after this huge surge, I definitely think we are overdue for a small correction, but it really depends on what's going on in the markets and the news. If we do get some more big breaking news, like a company that has acquired $1 billion worth of Bitcoin or more, anything that's really going to cause a big surge of demand to the crypto space could send this up to around $75,000 to $80,000 Bitcoin. So if nothing big really happens, I do see a small pullback happening here, possibly retesting the mid 50,000s. But things are holding up pretty strong here. We've had a huge run up since the market bottom on July 22nd. So end of year, a lot of people are saying $90,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin is going to be happening. So Bitcoin due to hit $90,000 in coming weeks, despite pullback, latest technical analysis. It's a case of if in doubt, zoom out this week as Bitcoin heads for a showdown with Taproot and ETF approvals. So we did have the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade go through, that is now live, but we did get the Bitcoin spot ETF rejected, which was expected. We did talk about this over the last couple weeks. While we do have Bitcoin futures ETFs getting approved left and right, it is going to be some time before we do get an approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF, which that's the one that's very bullish from what I have read. So Taproot meets ETF decision Sunday. Sunday sees not only the final decision on whether to allow the first spot price US exchange traded fund application, but also the locking in of Bitcoin's Taproot soft fork. So huge upgrade here, which can definitely be bullish with everything that's lining up here for end of year. The Bitcoin stock to flow model showing we will be hitting $130,000 minimum by end of year as well. This is definitely looking very bullish. Unless we get something that's really bad for the general sentiment of the space and causes mass panic, I do think we will be breaking $100,000 Bitcoin by end of year. So the last time Bitcoin had such a major upgrade was the Segway upgrade in August of 2017. At the time, the price of Bitcoin was at $4,000. It then went on to rally up to nearly $20,000 in the following 4 months. So the last big upgrade was shortly before we had the peak of that bull run. Going from $4,000 to $20,000 at that time was massive. No one expected that. Everyone was very bullish on a much higher Bitcoin price at that time, but the space just wasn't prepared. This is when I was dollar cost averaging and everything throughout 2017, and I remember the fees to send Bitcoin were over $20 per transaction. It would take over 4 hours for the transaction to go through. And at the same time, we had crazy Ethereum gas fees. Just nothing was prepared at the time. We didn't have as many platforms ready for mass adoption as well. Binance was actually a brand new exchange at the time. They closed their doors. Many other platforms had to close their doors to new users. So it really killed the momentum we did have at that time. And this time around, we're much more prepared for mass adoption. We do have major payment processors getting into crypto like PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, Apple, and Amazon are both looking into this as well. So all kinds of huge things happening that does make crypto much more accessible, which does mean there's much higher potential this time around as well. So will we see a similar rally this time around? Given how bullish many macro indicators are looking right now and the rush of new money entering crypto, it is certainly possible. So I agree with this. It's more likely than not Bitcoin will break 100,000 by end of year, but that's really not where my focus is. My focus is in the small cap altcoins with huge upgrades coming up and huge partnerships and stuff, because it takes much less money for those type of projects to go parabolic and see it 2 to 5x, whereas it's going to take billions of dollars entering Bitcoin just to see it break $100,000. So also looking at a lot of different NFT projects right now. we are seeing a surge of NFT volume, and I do want to talk about that at the end of this video. So breaking, the Bitcoin network welcomes Taproot soft fork upgrade. This is huge for the long term of Bitcoin, in my opinion. It's the first major upgrade we've had to the Bitcoin network since before the peak of the last bull run. Like we just talked about, when Bitcoin was just $4,000 was the last time we did have a major upgrade to Bitcoin. So this is definitely going to help build demand for Bitcoin and help things progress towards the end of year. But I really think it's going to take institutional demand to start picking up to really push it past $100,000. So this is definitely great news. Great to see. This does bring smart contracts to Bitcoin, among some other upgrades as well. Bitcoin sets up nail-biting weekly close after Taproot goes live. So we did have the Bitcoin spot ETF rejected, but regardless, the price of Bitcoin has been holding up, not really breaking below $63,000. So like I said, a small correction here would be expected before we really start rallying again. As you guys can see, no huge correction since things did start picking up around the end of September when Bitcoin shot up from around $40,000, breaking all-time highs of $64,000. So we do have some more good news. VanEck Bitcoin Futures ETF to launch on CBOE on November 16th, which is tomorrow. After years of effort, VanEck is finally launching a Bitcoin exchange traded fund based on Bitcoin futures. As we've been saying, these are rolling out left and right after the first approval, which did help Bitcoin break previous all-time highs. Huge for the entire crypto space as a whole. Bitcoin is becoming more accessible, and some people don't like these Bitcoin futures ETFs because it does give Wall Street more control over Bitcoin and price manipulation. But like someone did comment on one of my tweets, this is a necessary evil. And we do need Bitcoin to become as accessible as possible for true mass adoption. All right, guys, so I do want to take a few minutes to talk about NFTs because we do have a huge surge of volume. We did have some big events take place over the last few days. So NFTs could be as big or bigger than all crypto on Coinbase, says Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. That is a huge statement coming from the CEO of the biggest crypto platform, at least in the United States. So they are going in heavy on NFTs. They're working on their own NFTs. They're launching an NFT platform. A few days ago, they did announce the first few projects they will be adding to this, but this is going to be like a social media NFT platform. And that's kind of what we're seeing Twitter turn into right now as well. The NFT community is just the best online, in my opinion. Over the weekend, we did see this in my Discord group. Over 60,000 members joining in just 48-hour period of time. So thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. If you guys haven't joined it, I do recommend that. Just be careful of scammers sending you private messages because there's bots coming in trying to scam people in the thousands. So huge statement here. This is definitely helping pick up volume on NFTs. If you guys aren't integrated into the NFT space and you don't know much about it, I do recommend studying it and getting familiar with it because we're at the very beginning of NFT mass adoption. We're getting big social media platforms getting on board, like Twitter doing verified NFT profile pictures. We have Reddit getting involved. We have Facebook going all in on the metaverse, which does mean huge things for the NFT space also. So this is massive as this gets developed. Of course, in the short term, things will be moving sideways at certain points. And I do want to talk about the optimal buy-in time for NFTs. So something huge we did have happen as well that did help this huge surge of demand. Jimmy Fallon did buy a Bored Ape, and he discussed that he is looking at different mutant apes as well. He has 51 million followers on Twitter alone. So this was huge. He tweeted about this, got a lot of retweets and everything. But the price of Bored Apes has really skyrocketed. Mutant Ape Yacht Club as well. So this is a bigger set than the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It is a cheaper entry. This was just as low as 2.5 to 3 Ethereum before things really started picking up again. This peaked around 6.5 Ethereum yesterday, and that's just the floor price. Some of these are going for over 100 Ethereum alone. So Bored Ape Yacht Club does cost a lot more than the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, but if you are interested in getting involved in the big ecosystem, I would recommend checking out the Bored Ape Kennel Club. This is actually their smallest set of total NFTs, and at the same time, it has the lowest floor price as well. So if you do want to get involved in the Bored Ape Yacht Club and you don't have much money to spend, this is definitely the best option for you. One of these dogs, only around 3 Ethereum for the price floor. And I do believe they're going to be adding some utility to these later on. They did hint at something with a robot dog leg. I do think they're going to be doing another NFT airdrop for Bored Ape Kennel Club holders. Although that hasn't been confirmed, Bored Ape Yacht Club doesn't like to hype things up like that. They just like to drop things randomly, which I do really like as well. So if you guys are looking to get into that ecosystem, definitely check out Bored Ape Kennel Club. It is the cheapest and it has the lowest amount of total items out of the whole set. So it's definitely more scarce at the same time. So most of the focus was on the Bored Ape Yacht Club over the last few days and their other sets, but we are seeing demand come to the NFT space in general with all the huge things that are coming and all the awareness that is coming to the NFT space. So the good blue chip projects that keep building and have great utility in the works, they're going to be going up in the long term as well. And personally, I'm holding out for the metaverse to go mainstream, which is going to be at least 5 years out minimum, in my opinion. So I do want to talk about volume on NFTs, especially if you're going to be day trading NFTs. You do need to understand this. So if you click volume traded on any NFT project on OpenSea, you will get a chart here that does show the volume and the average price for each day. And you will notice there is generally peak volume days like this that do drop off quickly after. This was the launch of the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, end of August. And you can see that was their biggest day of volume for Bored Ape Yacht Club ever. And after that day, it did quickly start dropping off, or it did level out for the next couple months. That is where you would have had your best entry point before we did have this recent peak as well, which was around 30 Ethereum for Bored Ape Yacht Club. So that's where you want to be looking to buy, is when there's no interest in the project, nothing big happening, when the volume is the lowest, because that's when people are going to be willing to sell for the lowest, and there's not as much buying pressure coming into this project as well. So you don't want to be buying when volume is peaking, like we did just have over the last couple days. And as you guys can see, with this peak of volume, the volume is already dropping off again. So if you are a day trader in the NFT space, the best time to be buying is in the middle of when volume is flat, and then taking profits when we have peak of volume here, waiting for it to drop off to that flat zone again, and just repeating this. Personally, I don't do day trading in NFTs. Because I'm just holding for the long term. I see the high potential here with the metaverse going mainstream down the line. But there are a lot of people out there that are making millions per month just day trading NFTs. And I've heard of many people already becoming millionaires in the NFT space over the last 5 months, just with a few $1,000s starting if they pick the right projects early on. And that's the thing you really need to learn how to do, is find those blue chip projects and get into them as early as possible. And really being able to pick those projects is how you're going to be most successful in the long term. I'm seeing so many people just buy projects and flip them within the next 24 hours, which just it doesn't make sense to me, especially because these are collectibles and the true value is going to be in the very long term. So even if you don't understand NFTs, I do recommend researching it, trying to get a good understanding of it, finding some projects you think can be successful in the long term, and at least diversifying a small percent of your portfolio into the NFT space. With how early it is and how many good projects are being developed, there's going to be massive profits to be made here, more so than the crypto space in my opinion. Personally, I've seen 500x on the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I've seen over 100x on multiple other projects I've gotten into as well, and even 5 to 10x on others. So you do have to pick the right sets. I've invested in projects that have gone down 50% or more in value as well. So it really depends on the team with the project. So that's a very important aspect to be looking into, if they have a good team that can execute on their roadmap. And you do have to be cautious of teams that are anonymous, because they can just collect money and then move on to the next project. So it's very important to understand what makes a good NFT project and a good blue chip set in the NFT space. If you can determine that and get in these projects early when they're at their lowest prices, and then hold them out for the long term, you're going to make stupid amounts of money in the NFT space. So just keep that in mind with the volume traded and when the optimal entry points are, and you're generally going to be doing good in the NFT space. So I do want to let you guys know I'm doing my first JRNY NFT giveaway. If you guys haven't heard, the Discord and the website are now live. JRNY.club is the website. There will be links in the video description to the Discord as well. I'm doing the first giveaway of this on my Twitter, which is ending in a couple hours. Throughout the next week, I will be doing multiple giveaways in both Twitter and the Discord channel. So I do recommend getting joined, participating in the community. Lots of great people there. We got over 60,000 people in the Discord channel in just the first few days. Just keep in mind, there's a massive amount of scammers sending messages to people using our logo and name, as well as pretending to be bots and other things. They're trying anything they can to scam you guys, so be very careful and be very aware of that. Never click any links that are sent to you on Discord. So this first JRNY NFT is going to give you exclusive membership access to private Discord chat groups and private NFT update videos I will be doing regularly, going over new NFT projects in the space and my thoughts on everything going on. Just keep in mind, I won't be front running and giving NFT holders early information on stuff I'm going to be mentioning on YouTube shortly after. This is not a pump and dump group. This is a very long-term project for me that I'm putting millions of dollars into developing, and I want to be sure to do this right. So you're also going to get free mint to the next two JRNY NFT randomized art sets. These sets are already in development and have some amazing art. Very excited to be launching these and sharing some early previews with you guys that I will be posting in the Discord over the next few weeks. So you're essentially getting 3 NFTs for 1 by getting this JRNY NFT. And of course, there's going to be other utility I will be announcing as we go, and I will be doing quarterly roadmaps as well. So if you guys are interested in entering this giveaway, it will be on my Twitter, and be sure you do have notifications on because I will be doing multiple giveaways over the next week. The mint for this is on November 22nd. The mint price and actual time will be announced later on. You guys can get more information in my Discord group or go to the JRNY website at JRNY.club. Just be very careful. There's a lot of scammer websites that are impersonating me already and have fake websites with fake pre-sale mints already up. So please be very careful. A lot of people have gotten scammed already, even though we have warnings basically on everything. So that's it for this crypto and NFT update video. I hope you guys found it useful. Huge things to come for both crypto and NFTs for end of year. Very excited for everything that's happening right now. I think we're all going to make it. Just be sure you do have an entry and exit strategy in place so you can take some profits when the time does come. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate if you guys like the video, comment below, and share this video anywhere on social media or with friends and family. And I'll see you guys in the next video.